All right, news just coming in. 1993 Mumbai blast convict Yakub Memon's body that had reached his Mahim residence has now left for the Bada Kabristan, which is in Marine Lines. His body was kept at his residence for a very short time. His body will be buried, like I mentioned, at the Bada Kabristan locality near Charni Road area. Mumbai police has also issued an advisory banning any kind of photography or videography of Yakub's body being transported. Yakub's body was flown to Mumbai by an air ambulance after completion of his post-mortem. His body was handed over to his brothers Usman as well as Suleiman. Yakub was hanged to death earlier this morning at the Nagpur Central Jail for his role in the 1993 serial attacks in Mumbai. The execution reportedly took place at about 6:30 this morning, just an hour and a half after the special three-judge Supreme Court bench rejected his last-minute plea to defer the execution. Earlier, keeping sensitivities in mind, the family had been informed of a long list of conditions if it wanted possession of the mortal remains. These included that the funeral be a low-key affair. Police has made it clear that it does not want a public procession and has said that the pictures of the body should not be released. Mustafa Sheikh now joins me on the phone line. Mustafa, just take us through what you see around you as we speak. We do believe that there's heavy security deployment to avoid any kind of gathering of crowds inside or outside the Bada Kabristan.
Basically, right now we are at Mahim, where nearby the Mahim Dargah, where Yakub Memon's family stays. His body was brought an hour ago to Mahim in a black vehicle, after which it was kept for people to come and see. And now you can see that there's a sea of people which has come out on the main road of Mahim, which is just outside Mahim Dargah, and now they are lining up for the last namaz, the last prayer which is offered before the burial. So there are not many people who have gathered here. The body is still at Mahim and will move in some time to Bada Kabristan. The people, the law agencies are fearing if there are lots of people who come up in this burial procession, then it can lead to a problem. And you can see that all the forces are here. Mumbai police are doing.
All right, we'll try and reconnect with Mustafa Sheikh there. There seems to be an audio trouble with the line there. We'll try and reconnect with him, as well as Rahul Kaval, who's outside the Bada Kabristan near Charni Road in Mumbai. But that's the latest on your screens. You see those live visuals that are streaming in. There is going to be a final prayer being held outside the Mahim residence of the Memons before the body is taken to Bada Kabristan. Heavy security deployment both outside the Mahim residence as well as the Bada Kabristan. There has been a massive deployment of security forces to ensure that there is no trouble caused while the body is buried. But that's the latest that we're bringing to you this morning at about 6:30 a.m. Sources tell us Yakub Memon was hanged, but not before a complete overnight drama over another plea that was heard by the Supreme Court. Rahul Kaval, managing editor, also joining us from outside the Bada Kabristan near Charni Road in Mumbai. Rahul, just take us through what you can see around you as far as the security deployment is concerned. We believe as of now the body has not left the Mahim residence of the Memons.
So we're being told, Vedika, that in about 20 minutes from now, at around 3 p.m, the body of Yakub Memon will leave their residence. Between 3:30 and 4 is when we are being told that the body of Yakub Memon will be brought here to the Bada Kabristan. 4 o'clock is the time that's been given to all the friends, family members of Yakub Memon who are going to be coming over here. 4 p.m. is the time that they've been given. Let me show you the deployment here at the Bada Kabristan. You see in front of you senior police officer. If a camera person can just pan down, just still down, sorry. Senior officers from the Mumbai police are here. The rapid action force is here. Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria has given out a very sensible order, in my view, which says that no media team will be allowed to follow Yakub Memon's body. In any case, we at the India Today group had taken a policy decision that we will not be chasing the body either in the air or trying to accost family members of Yakub Memon. So that's something that we're adhering to, but that's also now something which the Mumbai police has decreed. So you see huge deployment of the rapid action force, huge deployment also of the armed police of the Mumbai police, general constables, inspectors being deployed as well, and not just the visible security in front of you. All across, on all the bridges that I can see, there's a railway station. The Marine Line railway station is right. The Marine Line railway station is right behind us. So at the railway station as well, there's a high level of deployment. Right behind, there's some parks there as well. The cops are deployed. So this entire area is being sanitized. And if you see in front of you, just below the gate, there is a register. The person standing over there, the police official standing over there, is logging the names of all those who are entering, and someone is actually certifying whether or not they should be allowed to enter. So lots of people are coming in just out of curiosity, saying that they know Yakub Memon, even if it's a very distant connection. Those people I saw myself being turned away. And if things proceed peacefully all the way till the end, it really will reflect that if the state has the will and the determination to go ahead and actually execute someone, then the bogey that gets created, that there will be a law and order problem, that Mumbai will burn, that that's what's cited often in the case of the Khalistani extremists, or even in the case of the Kashmiri extremists. What today has shown is that you can be compassionate towards the family, you can carry out the writ of the law, you can carry out what the law ordains, and yet ensure, if you're sensible about it, that tempers are not allowed to inflame. They're going about this very meticulously. There's been lots of back and forth conversations between Devendra Fadnavis, Rajnath Singh, between officials in the Maharashtra Home Department, their counterparts in the Home Ministry in Delhi, and they've coordinated this very, very well on the ground, right down to the last detail. And the family is also being given some leeway. It's not as if they're bearing down heavily on the family. The family wanted to take the body back to their residence. That's something that was permitted. Now the body will be brought in, and very sensibly conditions have been imposed on what they can do. Politicians have been requested to refrain from making provocative statements, that can inflame tempers, and they've also ensured that there will not be a mass procession. Now look behind me, it's actually quite a reasonably narrow street, not narrow by Mumbai standards, but a narrow street per se. And if you have thousands of people marching down the street in a funeral procession, now that is something which is very, very inflammatory. Now they've ensured that that doesn't happen. And I must also tell you that because there is an intelligence bureau alert at this time, cops, officials who monitor social media, who monitor online traffic, are looking very carefully at all Facebook messages, WhatsApp posts, Twitter posts, to try and ensure that there is nothing which is inflammatory or provocative which goes viral. They realize that they can't prevent these comments from being posted, but what they're trying to ensure is that these comments do not go viral, that they don't spread. Remember what happened when northeastern students were targeted in Bengaluru. While there were instances of northeastern students being targeted in Bengaluru, the projection or the amplification via social media was far greater than reality, and that led to a mass exodus of people from Bengaluru going back home, rushing to other Indian cities. And that's the kind of social media outcome that they're trying to avoid by being very proactive in the way that they deal with the situation. The other concern that sources in the security establishment have, which they've been sharing with us, is the possibility of a retribution or revenge attack. Now that may not happen today, but they're fearing that in the next few days and weeks, there's a very high probability of the terrorists associated with the Dawood Ibrahim gang, owing allegiance to Tiger Memon, trying to carry out an attack as an act of revenge for the execution of Yakub Memon. That's something that they have their guard up against, and that's something that they're saying they're trying their best to try and avoid. Vedika.
All right, Rahul Kanwal and Mustafa Sheikh, thank you so much for joining us with all those details from Mumbai. Clearly there is an uneasy calm, but the Maharashtra government is ensuring that all security is in place for that funeral, which is scheduled for some time now. The body is still at the Memon's residence. The final prayers are on, but shortly the body will be leaving along with the family members from the Memon's residence.